We have a huge stream today, have a lot of things to go through. I am Leo Lorenzoni, ComDev for Division 2, and I'm here with the creative director, Yannick Bonchereau. How are you doing?
Oh. Hello. Yeah, I'm doing great. Super excited to get to show some of the stuff we've been cooking. So yeah.
Did I get your last name right?
Because I was impressed on the effort to try to get it right. So good job. I will not try to say your name.
Okay. Yeah, we're super excited today because we have a double stream. So we're streaming, we're going through Realism mode gameplay, and then we're going to PTS that is coming later. This week, we're super excited for the arrival of
testing
Season 1 Rise Up.
1, 2, check,
it's going to be super fun because we're bringing a lot of new challenges and new toys for you all. And we want to take this time to go through everything so you are prepared for the PTS to provide feedback and help us deliver an amazing year 8. So let's start first with the Realism mode gameplay. I'm just gonna play the intro mission, and this is only be a cool way for us to hang out about Realism mode, what it was delivered so far, and what the community thought about this. So please remember, I'm not a PC player, but I'm using a controller, so it should be fine, or at least I shouldn't have an excuse. I'm sorry for the bad gameplay, but at least we can talk about how hard is Realism mode, right, Yannick?
第一句開始埋嚟就喺度講話I'm not sure how hard.
This is an Xbox controller I usually play on PS.
係第一部分應該睇佢哋玩呢個
Realism. It's been out for now a few weeks. We got a lot of feedback about people asking why.
Realism 係幾好玩嘅，你問我嘅話，但係我有啲 set 咯，最後竟然係送啲咁嘅爛鬼武器塗裝俾我，當冇數咁樣。
Really happy about the reaction and the reception of the mode. We did that because we wanted to try something different. And I was sure it would be fun, but you never really know how people will take it because it's quite a different experience from what you're used to with in the Division. And actually, I've been really happy with the general very positive response to it. So that's great. Of course, a lot of people have been asking, why is it just a temporary addition? Why are you not?
而家我知啲人喺度問，喂，點解會係限時模式咧？咁樣。
There's a few elements here. I think we've talked about that already, but just to repeat that. One, it's a limited time event to celebrate the anniversary. We really wanted to build that.
唔係，我原本係以為有啲咩感謝字句啊，話感謝你繼續有換全境封鎖2，我以為有啲咁嘅嘢，結果是沒有的。
Permanency in a way, like there's no real replayability out of it. So once you completed it, you completed it. I think if we wanted something permanent, we would probably want to make it a bit more.
佢而家就係講話，基本上呢一個 Realism 呢個寫實模式咧，你玩完一次就真係玩一次咯，即係佢冇乜可重換嘅元素喺裏邊咯。即係佢意思就話當係一個週年嘅特別嘅體驗咯。係你問我嘅話，我覺得係一個好嘅嘗試嘅，但係個獎勵比我想象中有啲 hea 咯，即係話晒都10週年活動咁樣，你俾啲咁嘅嘢我哋。
I'm already struggling with the sniper here.
陰功啦。
Yeah, so
Leo 玩到成劈屎咁啦，已經你睇下佢。
It's basically a more lethal and more grounded combat experience, right? And it's exclusive for Warlords of New York, which is a very cool thing to do when we are celebrating.
咁都可以送下啲紀念嘢係。乜都冇呢一件事本身咪夠寫實到 UB 啊嘛，頂。
We wanted to celebrate the 10 years anniversary of the Division 1, and the one thing that Division 1 and Division 2 have in common, or one place, is New York, of course.
佢話因為其實點解要揀係紐約軍閥咧？就因為其實 Division 1同 Division 2都有嘅共通點，就係喺紐約發生嘅故事，咁所以就決定揀 Warlords of New York 咯。感謝狀都冇，係啊，感謝狀都冇。
Anybody can play Warlords of New York without having to purchase the expansion.
All right. I'm doing.
How are you doing with those?
好耐之前，官方都有寄過一張紐約軍閥嘅感謝狀俾我，但係因為啲咩事就老觀眾就會知道，唔係老觀眾就會唔知道。但係咯，嗰陣時都叫有張獎狀啊，依家都冇啊，陰公。 送個臂章都好啊，冇呢樣嘢，係兩個濕鳩武器塗裝啫。
One of the aspects, of course, is to drastically reduce the RPG in the game for this mode and propose an experience that is much more immersive and logical and realistic.
哇 ！Face Tank，Face Tank， 同埋佢講話其中一個比較其中一個特色就係佢而家講緊啦，就係話基本上佢呢一個寫實模式咁掹走咗好多 RPG 嘅元素，就真係將佢變成一隻比較寫實嘅槍 game 咯，就係。但係佢嘅後座力係真係有翻 Division 1嗰種嘅感覺嘅，你問我嘅話就。
So you kind of forget about the recoil patterns of the guns, and it's fun to get back into an experience where it really matters.
Yeah, and I would say that for me it's especially hard because I have this tendency to rush a lot the enemies, and you need to take cover here. You need to. It's a very punitive mode if you don't properly play the cover game, right?
Yeah, you really learn that you have to take cover.
Yeah.
I think we've been.
佢話：終於都翻返呢個 cover to cover。
With the power level of players in endgame today on the Division 2 versus the difficulty of the content, people have been used for a while to just kind of run and gun and face tank everything. So you don't necessarily need to take cover. For a lot of builds anyway, so I think that's interesting to get in this experience and have to relearn how to actually play a cover-based shooter.
Yeah.
Oh my
here
god!
I have the muscle memory of getting more ammo, but I can't. It's just a random.
我覺得睇佢哋喺度玩 Realism 嘅話，到底要玩幾耐啊？你到底要傾幾耐啊？我哋今日入嚟係睇你第8年度嘅喎。
First time that I did this, I spent a lot of time trying to pass this port.
Yeah.
Because it was like when I was learning the mode myself, you know. Some people may think that working with games is basically playing.
完成寫實模式有咩獎勵？兩個武器塗裝。
Not for me.
Not for you.
I played Division release mode for the first time at home when it was released, like everybody else.
兩個武器塗裝啊，冇啦。
You're doing good.
Yeah, I'm doing better than the first time.
You're actually doing pretty good.
Release mode.
到底開發人員應唔應該識得玩隻 game 咧？你問我。Hi， 你好，Chief Lock。
This is a very short season, the anniversary season, that brings a lot of challenge for us as well because delivering a whole new season right after this special event, it's a big challenge, right? Usually we have a few months. And what can you tell us about this, the level of this challenge and the quality that we're aiming at with this season?
Yeah, well, I think it's we've never done.
睇下E18 season 會唔會出咩裝？未啊，未有啊。佢而家仲喺度講緊，佢而家都仲喺度講緊啲原本嘅嘢。講緊啲 realism 嘅嘢啊。
And this time to make it even harder for them, we've added the anniversary on top. So that means that, yes, we have basically 2 seasons 1 month apart from each other, and not small seasons because, this anniversary season came with Realism mode and a bunch of other stuff. The visual improvements and the new global events, and there's a lot of things in that. So for all intents and purposes, this is as big as a normal season. And then on top of that, we have Year 8 Season 1 that comes a month after, so in a couple of weeks now, that is... You will see a very meaty piece of features in particular. So yeah, like juggling those things in
塗裝就冇玩嘅必要係啊，冇錯。好肯定新裝一定騎冇立 flag。Oh my god！ 已經開始立定 flag 啦，你班人。I'm just so fucking scared right now.
Which is great, and this is all thanks to the very.
唔知啊，今季如果我哋要打嗰啲人都係黑色年華，可能同黑牙有啲關係啩。但係都係嗰句啦，上次有人影到嗰個敵人係有一個 D3 FNC， 即係第一代全境1其中一套裝備組，我哋叫神坦 D3 嘅紋身嘅話，咁今季會唔會有一個神坦嘅裝備咧？啊， 睇下啦。不過其實某程度上 D3 個定位同鑄造廠好近，但係鑄造廠堡壘嗰個效果就少咗一個增加威脅度嘅效果咯。因為一代本身有一個開盾就增加威脅度嘅效果咧，依家係加100% 啊嘛。其實喺一代係加，好似我冇記錯係加200% 威脅度，所以你當係開盾有一級怪嘅效果咯。D3 就係向住呢方向係專係強化個盾咯。但係 D3 個效果其實你當係尖兵，即係你當係尖兵再加埋鑄造廠嘅玩法咯。係啊。咁但係整體嚟講嘅話，持續性坦度嘅話就係 D3 勁好多咯。但係如果佢出咗 D3 嘅話，就要睇下佢到底點樣去做啦，因為佢好可能會同鑄造廠堡壘個定位重疊咗。
No, and we actually debated it, when we were working Realism mode. One part of us wanted to remove the infinite ammo on the pistol because that's not really realistic.
佢哋而家喺度講緊其中一個樣嘢就話，因為玩寫實模式或者真實模式，你個子彈量係攜帶量係大幅度減少啊嘛。咁 Yannick 依家又解釋緊佢哋其中喺內部其實有討論過，到底要唔要將手槍嘅無限子彈掹走，因為佢話其實唔係好真實啫嘛，你無限子彈。係啦，咁但係佢又話其實始終都要顧及翻一定嘅遊戲性咯，依家就係。會唔會出50呢升級？應該唔會啦，睇佢嘅。因為再升多級係冇乜意思，都係數值膨脹嘅問題。有冇可能整類機密浪人新裝備組？應該唔會咯，你問我嘅話。因為其實都係嗰句啦，點解當年會出機密裝備係因為有一啲新嘅挑戰要玩，即係譬如話新傳奇啊，同埋一啲 incursion 係真係要 buff 多少少個裝備嘅生態先會出。咁但係你見到依家 Division 2嘅生態，基本上你着裝備組已經可以屌打大部分嘅任務或者模式嘅時候，再出機密其實就冇再推高嘅意思，即係其實變相係數值膨脹啫嘛。咁但係機密裝備組係俾多咗好多，可唔可以話俾多咗玩法？你當係更進一步深化咗本身你角色嘅定位咯，即係嗰套裝備組嘅定位咯。但係依家大部分嘅裝備組已經夠勁啦，已經係即係唔好講大部分啦，其實嚟嚟去去都係特襲者啫嘛，係咪？D2 暫時坦位 PVE 都仲係好模糊，睇佢哋新8點搞點出新裝，暫時冇計劃會出新嘅掠奪戰啊！佢哋講到明今年冇新嘅掠奪戰，除非佢又有驚喜啦。開大聲多少少。
You guys had a taste of my gameplay, but more important, what is Realism mode? How different is if you haven't played yet?
Hi， 你好 Jimmy， 早晨。條友打到咁，我睇佢打睇到好悶係。佢係 community developer
mode, but it's a super special one because we brought it to celebrate 10 years of anniversary of the Division franchise.
係啊，今次仲有大概2個禮拜到啦，嗰個週年活動。
Finally, I will save you guys from my poor gameplay, and we're going to the part of the stream that I feel that is the reason why the majority of you are here. Let's talk about Year 8.
佢話：得啦，我決定放過你哋，唔使再睇我打呢咁嘅垃圾 gameplay 啦。新裝備，喂，綠色嘅套裝備嚟啦，有套新裝備啦，綠色嘅。依家到 Yannick 控制啦，數值膨脹對 D2 嘅係冇錯，膨脹係冇意思嘅。
New season is Rise Up.
Everything
is getting bigger, the challenge, the power, and we mentioned.
我要 D3， 我都想要。我想要一啲級怪嘅彈啦喺2代。
Yeah, so it's Rise Up is all about new challenge.
新嘅挑戰啊 ，Rise Up.
It's a whole new level of challenge, and we'll get to that. It is a very, in a way, endgame focused.Hardcore focused season.
今次話 hardcore focus season
mode and all of that. This time we are actually diving very deep into RPG mechanics for this season.
今次係好着重大家對 RPG 定位啊。
The season is that yes, the Black Tusk is launching multiple assaults on the streets of Washington DC.
發起多處嘅襲擊啦，黑色連牙喺華盛頓特區。
And there is so much.Going on and there's so many assaults everywhere.
到底有幾多 assault 啫？
It's gonna take a lot of effort.
彈還彈。D2 最彈係有機槍彈。
To make sure that you can stop them.
Alright, so let's start with the seasonal modifiers because I feel that
season modifier 季度修改器啊。
mechanics of every season, and this season we are going deep with the RPG
今次話
combinations and variants.
今次去呢一個 RPG 定位啊，又係翻去。唔記得第一定第二季好似都係玩 RPG 定位喎，我哋世界中。我需要黑牙級嘅強度修補平台，嗰個叫支援平台啊。我覺得 D3 可能性係依家要好低咩？我覺得出 D3 可能性依家 Ubisoft 好低。我覺得一半一半啦，依家因為全境封鎖應該係 Ubi 最後嘅救命稻草嚟嘅。我睇佢個樣其實本家嘅救命稻草。咁野場實難打。
Okay, so let's。
係時候玩翻我哋無敵嘅平台。哇！有新裝備喎。
Alright, so grab your notebooks, your Excel sheets, get ready.
喂，要攞筆記簿喎！喂，大鑊又要計數啦，我哋。
Pretty much just a menu gameplay live stream.
Oh my god!
So I hope you're ready because we're going to be.
今次有3個 module 嘅火力、體力同埋電力。
So this season, the global modifier is called recombinant. And the idea of this recombinant season is in a gist, look at those values.
Offense, defense 同 unity 又係火體電，唉，熟悉嘅味道又回來了啊！又要計數啦，我哋。
You're gonna get stuck in 3 different modules.
又要疊。
Defense and utility. At the beginning of the season, it's gonna be 10 in each one of them. Each of those stacks will contribute to a bonus, a passive bonus that applies to your agent. And they all start equal, as I said, 10 in each. They're not changing from gameplay, so they're always going to be at 10. What's going to change them is here, and that's your passive modifiers.
Okay.
So basically what happens is by applying passive modifiers, you're going to be changing the values.
即係季度修改器係會有一個基礎嘅強化數值，咁然之後你嘅被動修改器，你用唔同嘅係數，即係譬如話火力、體力、電力就會再強化嗰個 module 嘅能力咯。哇！救命啊！我唔做翻譯啦，我唔做啦。你哋做啦，我唔做啦，你哋自己慢慢做翻譯啦，我唔做啦。你哋自己慢慢睇啦，你哋慢慢入 game 睇啦，我唔想做啦已經。Hi， 翻立華也斯 0.9.0 Oh my
god。When you go in your passives, so passives are organized in
火力有9個，體力有9個，
and wildcards. We'll get back to that.
火體電各有9個，再加埋有一個 wildcard， 即係外卡有多4個，即係有31嚿嘢要翻譯。唉，你哋自己慢慢譯啦，我唔做啦。感覺 D1 翻嚟係啊，我唔做啦，你哋做啦。我唔做啦。
Then you have a bunch of different ones. I'm not gonna go through all of them. But this one, for example, increase offense stacks, god damn it, by 10, but decrease defense and utility by 5. So you can see this.
Oh my
god! Every single one of those has different ways.
What the fuck?
Stacks are passively.
咁柒多 modifier。佢呢啲應該係啲拉上補下嗰啲嚟㗎，因為你而家火體電啊嘛，又要分翻開。你見到佢越高嘅點數，即係你嗰個 module stack， 即係你見到右上角嗰個核心咧，佢核心應該係有一個加成喺度嘅，即係大家都係20，咁然之後你嗰個被動修改器就會唔知點樣呢度加啲，嗰度減啲咁樣，然之後強化你個玩法嚟嘅咋。D1 嘅技能組合係啊，你當係有火就冇體電，有體就冇火電，有電就冇火體咁樣咯，你當係英文難睇看不懂，放心啦，我英文都唔係好得過你就去邊㗎咋。哇！我見到已經唔想翻譯啦，已經食屎啦。Coverage increase the lowest module， 哇！又要計數，喂，叫啲數學家出嚟計啦，我唔計啦，反正修改器對我嚟講都係唔會開㗎啦，救命啊！
Well, I went back to 20, so obviously that.
You need to equip in different modules. You're just equipping on the first one.
I'm equipping on the first one.
Yeah, that's the.
Oh my god.
So if I go back to what I was doing here.
加油！唔使加油，我係唔會做嘅。係啊。 總言之，我見到佢啲效果總括而言就係你有一個核心嘅強化火體電，咁然之後你揀 passive 咧就會特化，譬如話你玩火力嘅就特化你火力嘅傷害啊、數值啊嗰啲嘢咯，即係你揀自己個 RPG 定位咯。佢頭先都講㗎嘛，今季嘅修改器係強化你 RPG 嘅玩法㗎嘛，咁你 RPG 你都係 role play 嘅啫嘛。咁你 role play 嘅時候，你最睇嘅嗰樣嘢就係到底你嘅定位係咩？譬如話你火力輸出、坦度，定係因為你係一個電工嚟啫嘛？即係睇你火體電你玩咩，即係玩咩style 咯。
The PTS starts on Friday, so tomorrow you have
係咯，今個禮拜五就會有 PTS 咯，係咯。
The PTS build
function formula 火力係世界第一。唔係因為你2代嘅生態坦度係冇乜用㗎嘛，基本上。因為你吸唔到怪，同埋你有坦度，你清唔到怪，你都係死㗎嘛。
And therefore, we need a lot of feedback from different specific combinations. Maybe you're gonna find something that is super strong and we haven't seen yet.
Good, but I have 60 now, but no longer have fixed stats. So the offense stacks now have 60, but I no longer get a bonus on that. And why is
D2 就算有級怪，你紅黃怪掃到都係一樣變紙皮頭都大。
Yes, you have 3, and obviously you have one that is more offense-minded, one defense-minded, one utility-minded.
Blackout Pulse, Clouded Armor, Optimized Overload.
And that effect will scale with your
Activate Release EMP Pulse to destroy enemy gadgets and shock other enemy in 40-meter radius.
Okay.
又要透過季度升咧，你招大機，即係其實又係火體電啫嘛，又係玩屌。今次 PTS 回顧，唔講啦。嗱，核心嘅概念咧就係特化 PTS，就係特化翻你 RPG 嘅定位啊。你重開完 YouTube 個信息出現唔多過5秒之前，跳多過30秒，即係點啊？哦，即係一出就消失咗啦，跟住就冇事嘅，大家都喺度啊 ，OK 嘅。We are all here。哦，你講 delay 啊？
Yes, and
還好啦，其實我覺得個 delay
一
陣 D 一味。
錯
錯應該都係歡迎嚟到玩 Division 1，係冇錯。而家睇裝備未啊？
That we gave to them, but you will be able to buy the passive modifiers you want. So you're not locked behind like any specific mission. You can just go there and unlock.
咦？我哋可以俾錢買嗰啲？誒？點解 Black Tusk 嘅模組會喺白宮行動基地嘅？哦 ，OK。啊，佢呢度講咗另一個玩法就係你見到有啲 Black Tusk 點數咧，見唔見到啊？你啲 Black Tusk 點數你有嘅話，就可以買嗰啲被動修改器。點解會有 Black Tusk 嘅模組喺我哋白宮行動基地裏邊嘅？
It's called BTSU firmware.
BTSU firmware， 哦，即係巴頓終於發揮佢嘅 BTSU 前 BTSU 嘅本性啊！我哋終於可以用到佢啲 BTSU 嘢啦，4粒豆豆新裝備。即係佢話而家有啲點數，你可以俾點數去買嗰啲被動修改器咯。係啊。我機械狗狗有着落並沒有啊，睇佢樣都唔會有啊。巴頓終於做嘢，係啊，經歷咗醒咗1年，救咗一個唔知喺邊度嚟嘅 manager 出咗嚟講咗2句嘢之後冇再出個聲，然之後睇住嗰班索寇羅娃諗住做啲戇鳩嘢，諗住揾魚子醬，到最後真實之子唔係分裂之子又再內分裂。之後咧，巴頓喺呢1個月裏邊咧，終於都開始做嘢啦，終於都幫我哋揾方法去打敗黑色獠牙啦。機械狗狗諗多咗係，我都幾肯定。佢上次嗰啲叫咩啊 deflector 嗰啲叛徒已經煩到撲街，仲要搞隻狗，跟住啲北多撚到撲街，跟住又。巴頓好似係入侵白橡木嘅指揮官，係啊，打機要拎個計數機出嚟計數，係啊，我哋個修改器要計數嘅瘋狂，我真係哭撚咗啊！
So you build those passives, you combine them in whichever you want.
巴頓係我哋前期嘅大部分嘅 boss 咯，即係無論係五角大廈，即係五角大樓嗰兩個任務啦，白橡木營地啦，入侵版嘅白橡木營地啦，甚至乎係之後我哋見到啲 BTSU 幹員全部都係佢 under 嘅，係啊。
And something very important that we're bringing to the season, we are going to talk about gear later. Something very important that we're talking is the Black Tusk Challenge.
Black Tusk Challenge。A
feature that will represent everything that we're talking about.
有黑色獠牙挑戰喎。
If you could open your map, I feel that people will
開地圖
understand what we're talking about.
就會見到黑色獠牙挑戰啊。
A couple tabs here, and I'm gonna go
retaliation
喎。
You're big.
報復行動係會加黑色獠牙，係啊，今次係啊。
Thank you.
挑起來立華大飛沒有，遲到有咩 miss 沒有
？This is a permanent addition, but yes, the Black Tusk will now retaliate in the world as well.
Black Tusk 開始會襲擊我哋啦，會報復行動啦有。
You're going to be building agitation meter. You're also building Black Tusk agitation by defeating other factions, so it's a bit of a wildcard faction. But yes, there will be Black Tusk retaliation. They will take over name zones. They will take over control points in those name zones.
Okay. 佢哋會嘗試接管嗰啲地區裏邊嘅控制點。咁即係我哋要玩㗎咯，呢個要。
There's a bunch of quality of life improvements that we are doing to the system as well. I think we'll get to that.
佢話今季有好多遊戲生態嘅平衡。
This season only. When you get kill squads from a Black Tusk retaliation, you have a chance to actually not get a normal kill squad, but an elite.
Elite kill squad.
This one is one that's been designed specifically for this season. It is.
佢哋講話今次呢一個報復行動咧，黑色連華版嘅報復行動嘅殺戮小隊有個精英版嘅，咁呢一個精英版嘅殺戮小隊咧係專係為今個 season 而設計，會更加勁嘅。焗住你玩報復行動係啊。尖背野豬加3台飛行器加3隻機械狗死手 ，Oh my god！
So should I say yes?
You can say yes, but we can go through the quality of life improvements as well, because one of the things that we have here is the fact that we have a number 2 inside the circle, right? So that's a new thing.
Yeah.
Number 2 inside the circle.
One of the things we wanted to add to retaliation is the ability to play them back to back, because sometimes building the agitation meter, then you have to do the retaliation.
佢話 back to back 咁樣玩報復行動，即係你玩完一個可以再玩下一個，然之後睇到左手邊有一個。
So one thing we've added is
可能要識一識呢嚿嘢。
That's the I forgot how.
見到呢個位咧有個2字啊。佢話呢一個2字係睇你挑戰嘅次數啊，呢個2字就。
Not twice, but 3 times. So when it's filled once, you can trigger a retaliation as usual. But if you want, you can keep filling the bar a second time and a third time, and therefore that will allow you to play as many retaliation back to back as the bar was filled. So if you have 3 of them, you play one retaliation. When that one is over, you can immediately jump into the next retaliation. You don't have to refill.
你玩完一次報復行動之後，可以即刻再玩下一次，而唔使再刷多次嗰個煽動值咯。係啊。好似累積咁樣幾好係啊。
Quality of life feature that I'm going to talk now. We are giving the players more control when they can play, when they want to play retaliation, right? Because now
可以嘈係每個季度開頭都要玩重建商。
The agitation meter feels you don't need to immediately play. You can save for later. And another feature that we're bringing to this season is changing how the timer for retaliation works, right? So
個 retaliation 你可以儲低，唔使直接即刻玩咯。
3 hours and 51 minutes. Right now, as you guys are playing, if you go back in 4 hours, that name zone would be taken by Black Tusk. But that's not actually what's going to happen on Season 1.
No, so now that timer is actually your in-game time.
in-game time 嘅3個鐘啊！因為而家嘅報復行動咧，我哋觸發咗之後係唔知1個鐘內要玩晒，現實時間嘅1個鐘啊嘛。但係嚟緊咧，定唔知現實時間嘅4個鐘啦。咁但係佢話嚟緊下一季嘅生態改動就係你呢個報復行動咧係 in-game time 嘅4個鐘啦，即係你開始咗之後，你入去繼續玩就會繼續扣時間，離開咗隻 game 咧就唔會再扣啦。
the ownership of control points. That's something.
好希望官方我哋可以開一次睇下咩料。
They're not gonna do activities or different activities like resource convoys that I had from other factions. They're just taking care of those control points. So now this is also a new feature that we have by consequence of having retaliation for Black Tusk, right?
Yes.
And there's another part that is super
one thing I just wanted to mention quickly, because just to be very clear, the overclock mechanic, that's for all factions, right? That's not just Black Tusk.
We are showing 頭先我哋講過話嗰個4個鐘 in-game time 係所有 faction 所有派系嘅報復行動都係一樣嘅。
Circles. Another quality of life that we're bringing,
仲有一個生態改動。
This is a big one because we've got a lot of feedback about this. Is about matchmake. So yeah,
配對喎。
You can matchmake retaliation. You can see that.
It's beautifully placed.
依家報復行動可以配對啦，係個意義喺邊度？點解要多人玩報復行動？唔係更加難咩會？不過都好嘅，多一個 option 俾大家玩下。終於可以配對報復行動。但係我覺得其實你報復行動配對會更加危險，因為啲敵人會再勁咗、再後血咗噶嘛。
Yes, so there's a whole set of exotics that you can get, and exotic blueprints that you can get from the Black Tusk. And one thing that we're bringing is some of the exclusive exotics that are available in other places. You will be able to get them by getting the elite kill squad. So that means some of the raid exotics, for example, and other ones will be available for this season at a very low chance, but still you can actually get them by defeating the elite kill squad.
佢話而家如果你殺死咗嗰個精英版嘅殺戮小隊，係有機會會跌下掠奪戰限定嘅奇特武器裝備喎。What the hell?
Facing the elite kill squad. And then you have a drop rate that is also going to be implemented on that, and then you have to craft those blueprints.
要合成嘅嗰個設計圖。
This season rise up, so you go there as soon as
好更加唔需要打 raid 係，但係佢話有個較低嘅機率咯。咁我唔知到底有幾低咯，可能打10場先出一張咯。
And I know that some people will react and say, well, what's the point of raids now if the exclusives?
佢啲人就開始問，咁使乜打 raid 啫？
And yeah, it's not the first time we're bringing those exclusives in other places. And I understand your feeling, absolutely. I think, the point is that it's still a much more predictable way of getting those. But that being said, yes, we know. And we are looking at ways of bringing new...
Yannick 就話：我哋明白你嘅諗法啦，更加冇需要打 raid。咁但係我哋都需要將呢啲咁嘅嘢推出去㗎嘛，係咪？
So I know we're diluting those rewards in other places, but don't worry, for raid lovers, hopefully we'll have good news.
Hopefully we have good news for you. 希望有新 raid.
Retaliation, and now comes the fun part, or I believe the
fun part,
the new fun part, right?
睇係咪睇裝備啦要
Should we go to
the classify assignment?
Go to
機密任務
yes, that direction.
Should we go to inventory?
Inventory.
Which one do you want to go for?
I don't know.
佢講到我哋去睇分 part 啦要。
So
I feel that we can show this, and then we show the inventory, and then we go there.
Look at this.
Okay, 咩嚟㗎？
There's a new thing here.
有個新 featuring.
And what you're going to find here is a new feature.
Escalation.
But it's called Escalation. And what Escalation is, it's a new layer of difficulty and challenge.
話新嘅難度系統喎，佢話係。
So when you're going to go in this menu, I don't know. Let's see what we can see. So there will be a rotation, that is on, I don't know.
一系列嘅任務佢話會有輪替嘅。
X amount of days. But anyway, where some missions will be selected, and those missions will be available for escalation. Escalation comes in tiers. It goes from tier 0 to tier 9, I believe.
1到9嘅 tier.
Each of those tiers makes the experience more challenging. So it starts, tier 0 is the equivalent of heroic difficulty, and then it goes beyond that. So every tier will make the NPCs deal more damage, have more health, have more armor, as you can see in this screen.
佢嘅意思即係話佢會揀一啲任務出嚟，然之後強化敵方嘅 NPC 咯，每一個 tier 由 tier 1到9咯，一開始就係英雄級咯。
It's not just a question of scaling, it's also a question of gameplay affecting changes. So the enemies will have special gameplay twists applied to them at specific tiers.
佢話去到唔同嘅 tier 會有特定嘅行動模式或者行為喎。一開始就上英雄係，佢由英雄開始計咯。佢話。
This is going to add some granularity, but also a whole new layer of challenge that hopefully is going to keep you on your toes.
如果1到9佢係有，但係佢送啲咩獎勵先
？Tier 0 of Escalation is right now heroic, and you have 10 tiers above that. So we're not.
佢話1到10啊，10 tiers above them.
After legendary, actually they're bringing 10 tiers on top of heroic.
Yeah. And maybe just to show you just a bit more how that works, because there's actually a bit more to this.
Maybe you can check the gear before joining. I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna play. I just want to show. Just want to show how it works. But when you look at this mission, so this is the way Escalation works. So from the menu in the White House, I was able to fast travel directly to the mission. And here I have the Escalation. I have again the sum up, and you see those tiers here at the bottom.
1到10嘅
tier. What you're going to see is that we have a new thing, that is tier tokens. It's a new currency. So what happens is you actually need to spend those tokens to increase the tier of that escalation.
點解我哋要花費呢啲咁嘅代幣去強化佢咧
？If I fail that mission and failure is permanent, I will lose the token.
即係如果我俾2個幣走去挑戰 Tier 2，我嘅 profit 就係攞翻4個幣，但係我輸咗嘅話就會冇晒啲代幣。咁啲代幣喺邊度嚟嘅開始？
It's gonna cost more. It's gonna give you more tokens. We're going to
喂 Tier 2嘅 enemy damage 已經200% 啊 ！What the fuck？ 馬英舊時代嘅黃金幣嘛 ？What the fuck？
If you press G, we can see some of the mutators there because you can see there the icons.
Enemy mutation 仲會強化添喎，敵人。咁似 Warframe 嘅科研模。喂 ，Tier 2嘅敵人嘅輸出已經係2倍喎，大佬。
Regenerates armor and health by a percentage of your maximum armor. So we have enemies with different special, almost like hostile modifiers specifically for these escalation modes, right?
Exactly. You have some of them are global mutators. They will be applied to the whole thing. Some of them are bespoke enemy mutators applied to NPCs. So this will be
global mutation， 即係敵方係會有啲特殊嘅技能添喎。咁但係有咩 rewards 咧？即係你玩到咁樣，英雄級嘅 NPC 2倍火力，一探就洗地。喂，你見到㗎？依家 Tier 2已經去到 enemy damage 200% 喎，大佬。去到 Tier 10會幾多 percent 係1000啊 ？What the fuck？會唔會用代幣用 gift box 形式定時 renew 提供真係唔知喎，我們要當錢幣的奴隸嘛。
Is an internal build, so this is not the version that you're gonna play tomorrow, or sorry, not tomorrow, but Friday. And for example, this account has 999 tokens. This is not how we're gonna start. You're going to start with way less, and you need to manage those tokens and the challenge, so you can keep.
佢話依家一開始有900幾個呢個錯嘅，我哋一開始就得幾好少，然之後去試下點樣管理呢啲代幣咯。咁但係我哋點解係咁做咧？哦，呢個係 permanent feature 嚟嘅，哦，即係呢個係永久嘅模式嚟嘅呢個 escalation。為難而難，純粹數值，呢個咪數值膨脹咯？呢個咪。
We're starting with missions with escalation, and throughout the year we're going to be looking at how do we.
佢話暫時佢哋淨係針對任務會有呢一個 escalation， 但係未來仲係揾一啲方法去將呢一個 escalation apply 落去成隻 game 裏邊咯。但有咩獎勵啊
？But I think it's super important that it's what are the rewards?
哦，開始講啦 ，What are the rewards?
And I feel that this is the perfect opportunity to introduce another new thing.
Another new thing.
What are the rewards? Obviously, we are not going to do that and just have you found the same stuff all over again, right? So
有咩新
I'm
獎
going to go back to the
勵
White House just so I don't get aggroed in the open world while I'm doing this. But we're going to go back to inventory. I said this would be a menu live stream.
So, a menu live stream.
So
翻返 inventory.
Let me show you something that you've never seen before.
Never seen before.
This is mysterious.
Wow.
有咩新嘢玩啊
In here, look at that baby. Let me introduce you, ladies and gentlemen, to prototype gear.
Prototype gear?
And prototype gear, what is it? It's a new quality layer added.
新嘅 quality， 新嘅品質喎。佢話依家係 for 品牌裝備同埋裝備組裝備。
And what prototype means? It means two things. It means higher stats, higher rolls, and a whole new thing that we're calling augment. Augment is a new
Augment 係改造
喎。To your item. It rolls randomly when you drop a prototype. There's a set of augments. So a bit like talents, but they come on top of talents, so they don't replace.
係小機密裝備啊 ！Oh my god！
They apply to every piece of gear. So every single
哇
piece of your gear.
22.5 What the hell?
They're not situational like talents. You know, talents are like do a headshot and then 3 spin.
佢話有好多唔同嘅 Augment 有啲改造喎，1.5% chance refill your magazine by 2 for each bullet span 喎。
To your build. On top of that, augments level up. So the more you use the weapon, the more XP you gain into this weapon.
哇！小裝備、小機密裝備組啊，其實都唔係小，應該係大機密裝備組喎。你多咗 7.5% 火力喎，大佬7.5火喎，咪1.5火喎呢度係。
And the last thing is that those augments also stack. So I have this augment paradox.
同埋 Gear 1.0嗰啲細天賦翻嚟咯，即係。
Yeah, we were wondering before the stream if we should start with this, and then based on your excitement in the chat, we noticed that this is something that you guys were very excited. So
哇！成套 prototype， 哇！連啲武器都有 prototype 啊。
This changed a lot, right? We are giving a whole new layer of power for players.
0.5% chance to apply 咩啊
？Now people will be wondering like, hey, how far
0.5% chance for bullet to apply 喂 random status effect， 哇 what the fuck？
How you can upgrade those prototype gears because we are making sure that we are valuing your time on creating your perfect build.
哇
Yes, exactly. So the whole thing is that prototype you can also upgrade existing items.
哇！我見到有把
it's not gonna be easy, but
有把新嘅 F2000 喎。
About your time. So there's a couple of things I'm gonna show you. More menus. Kudos to your team for all those menus they had to create for this.
哇！大家，我哋係咪要開始龍裝備啦
？So let me press M here to go into the Proto Lab.
Okay.
Proto
Lab
prototype item.
Reroll
your augment if you don't like it.
哇 ！F2000 啊，正啊
！You can basically reroll the augment and get to pick. Let me try to.
我哋 reroll， 然之後可以揀 Echo 有2.5% chance duplicate damage for the last bullet fill 嚇 Fire。即係爆擊就可以夠 keep 住爆擊喎。啱啱有新嘅奇特頭，係啊，新嘅奇特面具。哇！我哋第8年度 Division 2竟然出機密裝備組嚇！我哋又要龍嗰啲裝。有 Proto Lab 原型裝備。哇！我哋要用嗰啲 cost to upgrade 喎 ，upgrade to prototype。哇！仲可以 level up 添喎！哇！2% refill chance。哇！以第8年度重新開服啊！咁多位，我哋要龍上加龍啊！對新手嚟講極不友善啊，對老手嚟講稍為友善啊。
There's a cost. There's a new currency that we are bringing in here, of course, that goes with that.
Wow.
And then the other thing, as we said, is you can upgrade items. So, for example,
upgrade
I have this striker piece here. So there's a couple conditions for this. You need the item to be expertise 30.
要30呢裝備專精先可以變成 prototype 喎。
Or the item to the maximum.
應該唔使鏟裝係啊，唔使鏟裝啊！你係要將所有變成 prototype 嘅裝備，第一個先決條件係要全部變晒專精30啊！
I now got a prototype striker glove.
下邊 empty convert 5%， 將5% 嘅裝備裝甲值轉做生命值喎。哇！expertise 仲喺度，你所有嘅技能詞條都喺度。哇
！In this case, we could upgrade all those prototypes that are there, right?
Yes.
哇！我套獵人怒火，等我陣間即刻將佢升做30專精先。龍上加龍啊！機密裝備組啊！
Escalation, the new difficulty layer, is where you will be able to drop prototype items. Obviously, the higher you go in tiers in escalation, the more
你玩個 escalation 系統係有機會會直接跌嗰啲prototype 裝備喎，佢話。
Here, we probably don't see that because I think they're all maxed out, but in the game, when you get them, they will not necessarily be maxed out. So there will be RNG again. Once again,
即係嗰啲原型裝備係有機會玩 escalation 就直接跌咯，唔使升咯。我所有嘢冇30，又係威嘅，有特效，係啊冇錯，我都冇30點搞，依家即刻去升啦！升手錶，係啊，升手錶。咁佢要加大其他零件取得量，係啊。exotic 都可以喎，佢話。
What is eligible to be upgraded to prototype, right?
Yes, so it's high-end items, it's gear set items, it's named items are available for prototype, not exotics.
哦 ，exotic 冇。exotic 冇，所有high end 裝備即係品牌裝備啦、裝備組同埋大名武器或者普通武器。哇
！I think this offers us another opportunity to show another quality of life update.
仲有多一個遊戲生態改動
喎。It's been a menu stream. We've been spending a lot of time on this, and it's important to go through that because it's a very complex season with a lot of different new
有新系統、新敵人、新任務
and try to make all the combinations. So to make sure that you have have your life easier to do that, we are bringing a new quality of life improvement that is
為咗幫你冇咁乾，我哋整一個新嘢。
items, right?
Duplicate item.
Today in inventory management specialty. We bring you the best quality of life improvement ever, which is this show all button that is down there. So when I look at this striker piece here, for example, I can actually press the show all button. And what this does is it's going to show me every single copy of this item I have, whether it's in my inventory or in the stash. So when you have a piece of item, when you drop a piece of item and you're like, wait, do I have one in my stash? What were the roles?
用全 set prototype 打10級嘅動物園 ，Oh my god！ 咁係咪即係佢哋未來嘅計劃都係繼續強化敵人嘅數值？係啊，睇佢依家嘅做法應該係咯。同埋佢而家講呢一個新系統咧，就係可以俾你撳個掣，即刻睇下到底你身上邊同埋你嘅儲藏箱裏邊有冇同一樣嘅裝備咯。即係純粹幫你管理好你嘅裝備，即係譬如話我打咗件新裝出嚟嘅，我撳個掣就可以睇下到底我有冇一啲重複嘅裝備咯。
Supposed to work, but obviously you need to try and see the augments, how you can upgrade them, the different types you can have. I feel that's going to be super fun. And obviously every season comes with new gear, so we are also introducing new gear to the season.
新嘅裝備啊
if they're eligible, like
trailing mask, core string
into prototype as well. So if you go to your loadouts, Yannick, we should have
哇！新嘅裝備組啊！喂，純火喎，今次係。咦？點解火體電嘅會有個背囊
？Yes, this is the Royal Works brand.
Royal Works 啊
！I need to find my
Royal 係咩啊 ？Weapon handling 彈夾容量同埋爆擊機率。但係佢話呢啲數值係會有機會改動嘅。32% 彈夾容量喎。全部冇機密唔使玩，係啊，大家都係要鬥刷咯，即係。 頭兩加5% weapon handling， 即係呢度加5% 武器控制力喎，但係唔多咯5%。其實你問我嘅話，背囊係完美泰然自若喎，呢個係咪啊？完美泰然自若喎，喺 cover 裏邊加20% 武器傷害喎，係咪叫泰然自若啊？嗰個叫做喺個掩體裏邊。哇 ，Gunslinger 點解啊？點解會係 Gunslinger 嘅？點解 perfect？Oh my god！Core Strength 新嘅裝備組5%，睇唔到啦已經，睇唔切啦。但係點解佢背囊係火體電嘅個背囊？嗱，兩件就加10% 武器控制力，睇下先 for each core 要睇下先啊，5% 武器傷害、總裝甲值同埋 skill 技能效率。喂，呢個係玩火體電嘅喎，呢個係 what the hell？ 每一個核心就會加多40%其他兩個核心嘅 bonus as 50% skill efficiency when there's bonus are applied to all pieces this gear set。apart from the backpack will feature random core。哦，隨機嘅，即係你嗰個核心屬性係。頭先我唔係好明喎。For each core on your gear piece, receive 40% of the other 2 core bonus。喂，咁複雜嘅。想問下立華，你專精用咗30級，用咗幾年時間？2年。有冇話加大個儲物箱？冇，但係週年嗰個 bundle 加咗50啦，已經係啦。哇 ！Receive bonus for 一個火就加10% 武器爆擊機。一火就加10% 爆傷，一電就加5% 武器效率技能效率，一藍就加1% armor regen。OK。我呢個要刷喎，呢個又係要 attribute， 佢自己揀 random 嘅喎，哇，勁多裝喎，呢啲勁多位可以裝喎，呢啲。So it's really just about like prepare your build, max out your stats, and then. 今次成個季度嘅新裝備都係玩 random 喎，玩 RPG featuring 喎。
Thousands of pages. Yeah, the next one is the Whiplash exotic pistol. This is
Whiplash
the final model of it.
犀牛左輪手槍嘅效果係咩 ？Having this weapon in holster for 5%.
5 seconds, reloads and primes it. While prime swapping to this weapon, reloads your primary and secondary weapons and grants plus 20% rate of fire, 50% weapon damage until its magazine is empty.
Reloading
嚇！
將把手槍擺喺個套度5秒，然之後咧再 reload 把手槍，再轉翻去其他主要武器同次要武器就會加20% 射速同埋50% 武器傷害。What the fuck？ 係咩嚟㗎？奇特 F2000。當呢把武器擺喺個槍套嘅時候，加50% less threats 哦，加100% more threat while shooting for 15秒。Swapping this weapon 嚇，今次係玩拔槍術喎，安魂曲。係咪想玩爛 D2？ 左手好忙係咁撳1、2、3，專精30先可以變紫，希望後邊改唔使30。佢應該冇嘅，佢呢個應該係俾你班老手，即係佢照顧你班老手嘅嘢咯。即係喂，你哋玩到冇嘢好玩啊，好啊，俾多個 level 你哋再刷啦咁樣。但係呢個係數值膨脹咯，呢個係單純係。以後啲裝備片就刺激啦，整裝備片嗰啲人要開始分翻開，到底係貨新手嘅裝備定係貨老手嘅裝備啊，開始砌。不過其實就算佢砌咗都只不過係再強化翻本身嘅數值啫嘛，其實。但係我見到佢嗰個 prototype 裝備有個細嘅效果係講你每一粒子彈你用幾多子彈嘅時候有幾多 percent 可以幫你裝翻個彈 蛋夾咧，就好似我琴晚講話大壓力佢最需要嘅就係自動裝填彈藥啊嘛，咁可能就真係當係孤星咁用咯，突襲者 combine 埋孤星個效果咯，跟住。What the fuck？ 今次會讀到幾多老玩家回歸唔知啊，至少我應該會繼續努力刷咯，每個禮拜。
For you guys who have been supporting us for so long. So I'm super excited to see what you guys think about this. Anything special you like to highlight?
但係就咁聽佢講，其實我覺得數值膨脹唔係一件好事咯。
Like anything you wanna see?
我覺得數值膨脹真係唔係一件好事其實。
No, I mean, so one thing I want to mention is this is a first step into for us, trying to.
結果琴晚話唔會出機密裝備組，今日就出個比機密裝備組更加嘔心嘅嘢出嚟，黐孖筋。幾時有得玩？應該係4月。PTS 就係今個禮拜5，然之後 featuring 呢一啲，即係幾時更新就係4月。
But it's always very bespoke things. We want a more systemic approach. So escalation is our first. It's our first.
個 escalation 呢一個系統係第一步咯。但係咁個問題就嚟啦，其實現有嘅裝備係真係屌打晒所有難度嘅任務嘅時候，你再加一個 escalation 嘅系統。俾人刷完啦，然之後攞翻呢一啲咁嘅 prototype 嘅武器，真係打現有嘅任務，咪更加屌打咯咪。即係除非你嗰啲 prototype 係限制，只能夠喺 escalation 裏邊使用。如果唔係，我見到嘅就係一隻數值膨脹嘅 game 咯。喂，好危險喎咁樣，佢哋邁進咗一個好危險嘅一步喎。即係除非佢嚟緊 escalation 係包埋掠奪戰啊、失樂園啊，又或者其他嗰啲任務。如果唔係嘅話，其實呢一個 escalation 係毒藥嚟嘅。依家要30唔難，未改之前升一樣20嘅武器要20粒升一次。立華4月好唔得閒。
Neither the incursion or stuff like that. But for example, we're going to have classified assignments. We're going to have the return of classified assignments. So as we mentioned in the showcase during the anniversary,
係佢仲講話依家有機密任務回歸咯，今次。
But the first one is going to be available since the first day of the season.
依家要等專精加倍。
We're going to cover that more over the season launch stream that will come later as well.
以為冇機密冇學人。
We want to bring attention to the focus to what's new, what can be adjusted.
裝備專精加倍嚟緊，今個月尾有一次，如果冇記錯嘅話，大家請把握機會應該。
I forgot some of the quality of life improvements. For example, I just remember that when you're playing a retaliation, the other retaliation timers are paused as well. So this type of tiny things that we added to make everyone's lives better. You're gonna see all of that with the patch notes, but the most important thing we covered here, and this season is going to be a very important one because it's the first one of year 8. So again, this is the version that you're going to play. This version that you're going to play this weekend. It's not the version that's going to be released later.
Okay. 佢話暫時所有數值都係未係 final 嘅，仲會有得改嘅。先衝到30咧先咯，專精係啊。
For example, some people have.
但係你問我嘅話，我諗大部分嘅做法應該都係強化突襲者先㗎啦，最有利。因為突襲者始終真係其實你睇翻頭先嗰套裝備根本近乎就冇喐到個咩嘅，根本喐唔到個 meta。你又係玩爆擊傷害嘅。你玩爆擊傷害嘅話，你唔係加武器嘅話，其實同打破平衡有咩分別啫？打破平衡係直接俾你喎。你而家新嗰套裝備係你要根據你嘅 core attribute 純火先俾你。打破平衡直接俾500你喎，師兄。15乘7喎，咪直接俾300你喎。係咪15啊？好似80乘7啊？係咪？我唔記得咗啦。總之打破平衡係爆傷嚟㗎嘛。咁你咪即係同打破平衡個定位同一係佢只不過唔使疊啫嘛。Oh my god！What the fuck is going on？ 你要升到某一套裝備30咧專精先可以再用嗰套嘢先。但係我諗如果係咁嘅話，應該全部都升晒突襲者先㗎咯喎，然之後就去打嗰個 Escalation。
Almost 4 o'clock for us. It's the time for us to end the stream. Stay tuned in our socials. We're going to announce when the preload is available. We're going to announce the patch notes and have fun this weekend with PTX.
Oh my god.
We are ending here, so thank you so much for your audience. Thank you, Yannick.
最保守就係特集係啊。
Yeah, see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
See you.
我冇咯，收皮咯，冇咯，收皮咯。好。咁啊，係咯，回顧一下頭先講啲咩啦。咁基本上咧，佢只係講咗4樣嘢啫。第一就係成個季度咧，係將會有一個新嘅報復系統啦，就係黑色電話嘅報復行動啦。咁咧，大家可以走去玩一啲新嘅報復系統，就係新嘅派系啦，黑色電話啦。咁然之後當中咧會有一個新嘅精英殺戮小隊啊！精英殺戮小隊，咁然之後咧，你打贏咗嘅話咧，佢有機會有一個佢話就有個細嘅機率得到一啲限定嘅奇特武器裝備啦，啲 Ray 啊、掠奪戰啊，又或者係特集啊、限定嘅嘢啦。咁然之後咧就會有一個新嘅嗰個叫咩啊Escalation 系統啊，咁啊你當係一啲數值膨脹嘅嘢啦，咁你打完嗰個系統咧就會攞到一啲我哋叫 prototype 材料嘅嘢，將你嘅裝備升咗一個疑似係小機密裝備啊，因為都唔知佢啲細屬到底有啲乜嘢係 random 出到嚟，咁所以就你當小嘅機密小機密裝備啦，咁但係我就咁睇佢啲效果，其實可能係勁過機密裝備添，係啊，甚至乎係，咁然之後。仲有一啲新嘅武器裝備啦，咁啊大概就係咁啦，咁啊新嘅修改器就大家自己睇啦，你問我都唔會用噶啦，修改器啊，加油啦你哋 ！Oh my god！ 我哋係咪繼續要翻去龍啊？我就一定係強化獵人先噶啦，因為我最中意嗰套係獵人，咁啊睇下到底點咯，到底係點樣做咯啲嘢，咁啊同埋新嘅裝備或者呢一季其實真係玩 RPG 定位咯，你見到佢裝備組同埋嗰個奇特面具都係根據你身上邊有幾多核心屬性而去強化翻嗰個方面嘅嘢，即係譬如話你可能玩火力嘅就會強化翻啲爆率啊、爆傷啊，咁然之後你係玩體力嘅話，即係裝甲值咧，咁佢就會增加一啲裝甲回復俾你啦，即係如果你係有6粒你有6粒裝甲值嘅話，佢可能1秒就回翻6% 裝甲值俾你咁樣咯。我冇記錯嗰個好似係每秒回1% 啊嘛。如果佢啱啱 regeneration 係 percentage 嘅話，咁即係你可以當係狼人咁玩咯，有機會。咁然之後你係玩電工嘅話，佢就會每一個黃核就俾多一啲嗰個技能效率俾你咯。咁你係咯，可能你就係玩緊一啲真係 RPG 定位咯，就正如佢所講嘅話，咁啊，我見到都覺得幾癲嘅，今季就係啦，咁我就自己覺得幾癲嘅。Oh my goodness！ 咁啊，大概係咁啦，咁啊11點啦，咁我去執啲資訊啦，就同大家講啲嘢啦，係啊，大概就係咁樣啦。有冇啲咩特別嘅問題啊？有冇特別問題？咁啊冇嘅話咧，咁我哋就禮拜5夜晚再見啦，得唔得？好，咁我哋今晚嘅特別直播就嚟到呢度啦，咁我哋嚟緊禮拜5 PTS 再見啦，咁多位，好，拜。